3 consecutive weeks. 3 consecutive weeks. Week 3, episode 3. On the Block podcast. Another special guest with us. Come on, guys. What's going on? Give them the damn. Special episode. Special. Come on. You can't run out of breath yet. Come on. Another special episode.
Wait, there's more? I start to do more breath.
Bro, don't hold me back. Don't hold me back. Let's do this. Our guest today is from the second best African country. Sierra Leone. An R&B artist based in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Her name is Trish Khay. How you feeling, Trish Khay?
Feeling good. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
You're looking good too. I mean, did I say that? Oh shit!
Thank you.
Whoa! Thank you so much for coming. How are you feeling? Just come on, talk to us. Like, break the ice.
A little bit. Okay, a little bit. I mean, I'm more comfortable now because now that
because of J-Boy.
Yeah.
Just saying. Okay.
But
That's what makes everyone feel comfortable.
Relax.
Y'all are welcome.
Relax.
Come on, man. Don't rain on my parade.
Okay. Not for this episode.
Yeah, no. But I was like, okay, I know this is gonna be chill. Like from what Emeka sent me and everything. I was like, I knew it'd be chill and stuff like that. So
No, nice. We're happy that you're comfortable. We're happy that you're here. It's a beautiful evening in Winnipeg. I know that's a lie. It's a very, very cold day. I hate Winnipeg so much. But no, this podcast is to support everyone in Winnipeg and Winnipeg artists as well.
Big facts.
So, like I said, Trish Khay is like, you're an R&B artist.
The hottest in Winnipeg, if anything.
The hottest R&B artist in Winnipeg. That's what you're saying. You're beating your chest and you're saying that.
Name another one right now.
Damn, son. I'm not challenging you. I'm just making sure.
Bro, exactly. Like, there's no
Trish Khay,
other one.
do you agree? Do you think you're the hottest?
She knows, bro. She knows.
She's like,
She's just
pretty hot.
no, we definitely have a lot of talent here. Like
for sure.
We have like a lot of talent here.
Sure.
And, like,
Yeah.
even in the R&B like scene, I guess like we don't have too many, so it's.
Yeah. That's why she's just trying to say she's the hottest, but don't worry.
I'm not gonna say that.
She's being modest, don't worry. Don't worry.
She knows.
So like you said, there's a lot of influence and stuff like that, and like other people here. Like you started, I think the first one was Flawless. That was like your first
That's
drop.
my first thing.
And that was like in 2020. So like what inspired it? Like was it the people here? Was it Winnipeg? Well, just tell us about that.
That song, what inspired? That was actually about me and my friends going out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, me and my girls. Like when I heard the beat, because I just got the beat off YouTube. That was when like I didn't really have like producers or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like I was just getting started. So I went off YouTube, found a beat, and then I found that, and I was like, ooh, like this gives me a type of like you like confident, like cute girl, whatever. You know what I mean? And so like I was mostly thinking of like when me and my girls go out and like how we feel and like how that feels. And so I was tapping into that. And that's how, I came up with Flawless.
Yeah, that was like the first ever song like you released. But obviously you've been singing before then. Like anything.
What made you get into music?
Yeah, exactly. Like there has to be something that started before that, you know.
I have a good voice. I want to see.
Like she's trying to tell us that she just saw a YouTube beat and that was it.
Yeah,
Come on,
okay,
give us more than that.
No,
let's do this.
I've always done music. Like,
okay.
Like since I was a kid, I still have like my old songbooks where I'd like write. I've been writing since I was like 5.
Oh yeah?
Did you see yourself like taking it like to this level, like professionally, or it was just like writing songs and that?
I mean, like even young, like even like growing up, I always knew that like I did want more for myself, but like I just never like believed in myself or thought it was realistic.
It was possible, huh?
Right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I thought I didn't think it was realistic because I was always just like, okay, well, like even with like our like my mom was just always like, oh yeah, finish school, this and that.
Yeah.
So I was like
mom.
always had that mindset to like go to school, finish school, and like that's it, right? Like, but no, I like it. I made the change in my head to actually go through with it when I was on this Shiggy live.
Yeah.
Y'all know Shiggy? Like the one that
bro,
did. Okay,
That's crazy. Like on the show.
Yeah, it was crazy. So like it was really funny because like he had this is like during quarantine time. and he had people like just showing talent on his show and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like I requested, and I waited so long. I was like getting annoyed. I was like, okay, whatever, like let me leave, right? So I was about to leave, and I kid you not, it literally started connecting.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
And then it just shows me on the screen with him. And then after, like, I was like freaking out. And then after he's like, okay, no, calm down. He's like, calm down. Like, just like, do what you're going to do. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I started singing.
Sorry. Was this before Flawless or after? Before,
This is all before, like, I started dropping music and everything. So like,
sorry, while you were on the live, were you thinking about like the people watching, or you were just focused on Shiggy?
I was just focused on Shiggy. I was like, shit, like I got connected to Shiggy. Like, no, that ass. I was like, holy shit. Like I was literally
like
in shock.
Call,
yeah, like it was weird. It was
I want to be on
really
Shiggy's
weird.
live too. Come on.
Gonna be me. Yeah, boss, you were saying.
Yeah.
Oh
You're
shit.
talking about the live.
Yeah, the live.
It happens a lot. Don't worry.
Yeah. So then after, so I sang my song, like sang like a song like Bust Your Windows, Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay, I don't know, but
you should listen to it. She's really good. But yeah.
Inspiration.
But yeah. So I sang that, and then after, like, I was just getting so much good feedback in the comments, and like people were like, "Oh my god," da, 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 da. And then some people that because I didn't know that if you were on live, the people that follow you can see the live too. They can watch
yeah,
too.
for sure.
So people started messaging me, and they were like, Trisha, like I got the video of your the live and everything. They're like, you did so good. You did. And then I was like, man, like I should really like take this serious, like, you know, because I was always so insecure about my voice too, where I was like, I don't know if it's like good enough, like.
Oh yeah.
You know,
your life changer basically.
No, that was.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was 180 for sure.
Because you know the thing is, as a kid, you really don't understand how life works. Like you have all these dreams, but then it feels like just a dream, like something that only happens in your head, and you never think of it happening in real life. So with you, like you needed something to show you that it's possible.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like it may not be like the biggest of stages that you think, oh, or maybe you're at Beyonce's show and she gives you the mic to perform her song.
How would that go for you if you're at Beyonce's show and she's like,
it's always something very random that you never expect. So you just have to be aware.
Yeah, and like even with that, like I remember even during that time, like I was always, because I like in that time I kind of felt like lost with what I was supposed to be doing in my life, like
yeah, like you were worried about the future.
Yeah, like I was like, I knew, like at that time I didn't know that I wanted to go into social work too. Like I didn't know like what I wanted to do at school, and like I knew I liked music. I knew I liked to entertain. I liked to be on stage. Like I was like, what can I like? How can I like start with this? Like, you know. And I feel like I was always praying on it. And then that just happened. It just changed everything. Like, he did.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's really nice to hear, because I feel like it's a very similar story with me. Like the time as well. Like I always knew I wanted to be in front of the camera. I always knew I wanted to entertain people. I knew I was funny. Like even my Snapchat stories, like people always telling me, oh, I like watching your stories, this, da, 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 da. So when quarantine came, that was when I came with the idea of J-Boy TV, YouTube. And then boom, like, you know, sometimes is like I kept on telling people this, like this quarantine was much needed. Like I don't know about you, but it helped me so much. Like you learn a lot about yourself, and you discovered I won't say discovered, but you established your talent.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. That's very good to hear, and I like that. Yeah. Cause then I thought you were doing music for like years, bro. I didn't even know it was just like 2 years now.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Well, like releasing music has only been 2 years, but like writing songs and all that, it's
always been a part of her.
Yeah.
First is Flawless. My favorites is because of the videos. Next Best Thing and Set It Off. Like the videos, like they really like gave a lot of vibe, and like I don't know. I feel like I started getting to know you based on those videos. So like those are my personal favorites. I don't know about any other person. Like the Next Best Thing, and I could see so fun. I could see the software developer. I could see myself as the software developer guy like, in the video that you ended up going with. But like, yeah, that was that. Like doing things like this is like, it's always so interesting. And like you said, you want to be an entertainer. And for me, I was entertained watching those videos. So like, kudos to you at least on those ones. Like,
he's giving you flowers.
Thank you. No, I'm glad you really liked.
No, I really liked them.
Next Best Thing.
Oh yeah,
and Set It Off, because Next Best Thing was like.
Oh
You know
yeah,
it's a
it's
juicy
like,
story.
it's like
You know
okay,
it's a juicy story.
spill the tea.
No,
Spill
Yo,
the tea.
get ready. Get ready.
No,
Brace yourself. Come
next
on.
best thing, like, it was supposed to be like a really corny, like goofy video. Like, yeah, it was supposed to be my, because sometimes I like to like play characters and like do things like that, just like for fun.
Which that was you, like the announcer guy. That was you, right?
Yeah, I got the whole costume off Amazon.
Yeah,
everything.
that's crazy.
Like,
No, that's
So
crazy.
professional. I love
Yeah,
that.
no, that was
Yeah.
nice. Like, I really liked the video because, like, when I saw her as the, like, it made me feel like, okay, this is someone like I would like to watch and be entertained by. That was cool. That was cool. That was
I
cool.
like to
glad.
work with you for sure.
Sure, that was my own personal favorites. You performed "Set It Off" at the, I think, what's it called? Oh my god, my memory. The Bulldog.
Bulldog Center,
So how was
yeah.
that for you? How was that performance for you? I mean, you said you were nervous, but like,
I was, but it was dope. Like, I feel like, because I performed, how many songs did I perform that night? It was 5 or 6.
Wow.
And it
Give
was
you time.
back to back. Yeah, it was nice because that was like my first show, like my first performance.
like your first performance.
And yeah.
I mean, after
that one-
Shiggy, of course, there.
Right.
Yeah, after the whole Shiggy. But yeah, that one, Set It Off was fun. Set It Off is one of my favorite songs for sure. It's just more of like the fun, like vibey type
Yeah.
thing, like, you know. So yeah, I was happy to.
Is that what you're going for with your music? Like that kind of fun, vibey stuff?
Yeah, like vibey. I really want people to like feel like they're catching the vibe with me.
Yeah.
Sounds
like
like you're a very playful person.
I am.
Yeah, like it's obvious. Like it's like
Very
if you literally
Very
just click on the video, you're like, okay, this is how she is.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's
I
why
mean,
I
I
said I
just
want
like
to
that
work with
fun.
her, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know all the ideas I give you, I tell you about that.
Bro, I don't know nothing. I'm not with you on that. I
You
don't
know
know
all the
nothing.
ideas I have about J-Boy TV. This guy is looking at me like I'm crazy. But I feel like you would understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. It's good. Like, you know, people.
But yeah,
like
it's
our
always
mind.
good like seeing people like this, especially in Winnipeg. Based off your Instagram, like you said, your management is Link Up Connect, right? So how did you get involved? How did you link up with Link Up?
How did I link up with Link? I like that.
if you use this in a song,
I'm gonna use that in a live
Copyrighted right
tour.
now.
well, yeah, I'm just playing. So what's up? How did you link up with them?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys know Miazwe.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So him, like, we became friends like February 2020. This is before I even started music and everything.
Oh yeah.
So like we were cool. And then I was going, like, he took me to the studio and stuff like that. So he introduced me to an engineer and then also like some other people too. So every time I'd go there, his management team would be there. So Neil and yeah, like I went there a few times and Neil was just like, yo, like you ever want to join Link Up? Like, you know, and I was like, yeah.
That was it. That was it. Just
sure,
like, no, that's crazy.
You were not sure.
No, I was pretty certain. Like it was kind of weird at the time too because I was also working with like another management team, like
Technically,
TNG. But it wasn't like too official. It wasn't like as professional or as official as Link Up was.
Yeah.
And so like, and also like with TNG, like it was mostly like friends.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I wanted like an actual manager that
Yeah,
like
for
actually
sure.
knew what
For
was
sure.
up and everything, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like that. So I was like, yeah. I would.
Oh, that's nice. Like everything, if you go, come on, like everything looks so professional on a page and everything. You see management Link Up. It's like, okay, Trish.
Yeah, they nice with it. They know what they're doing.
That's why I was surprised when I heard she just started music 2020 because you know the thing is when you start like all this creative stuff, obviously you don't know what you're really getting yourself into, and then that's when you start to learn from your mistakes. But then with you, I was like, there are no mistakes,
Bro, like she hit it off, like
Yeah,
bro, like
it's
because
really nice, man.
this is not. I mean, Nigeria. I don't know if you do know the meaning of whining when they say like whining.
Gaslight.
Oh, okay.
Is it gaslighting? Is whining mean gaslighting?
Yeah, basically.
It's like basically.
you're-
Oh God, how do you
it's
explain
not
this?
Like you're hyping somebody, basically.
Yeah, exactly. When you're hyping somebody and the
I would
person
say
doesn't,
overhyping.
it feels, and the person doesn't feel like it's true, like they're just over. So
Exactly.
it's like, oh God,
Okay,
what
like
kind of
now-
I'm
example?
so a little
Let's
confused.
say, okay, you're an artist, right? And like how I said, you're the hottest.
Yeah, exactly. And Nigerian will say, he's whining you, like he's just trying to make you
like
feel.
he's boosting my ego,
Yeah,
like he's boosting my
exactly.
head.
That's
Okay.
So yeah,
Learn
basically,
something new.
my point is that we're not whining you. That's not what we're doing. Like we're
Yeah.
actually telling you how we feel about all these things. Yeah.
Okay.
So just meeting someone and then one step.
Okay.
Then the next step is like linking up with link up. I'm gonna keep using this word so that they will know that she copied it from me. But like,
No, it was honestly a blessing meeting them because they've helped me with a few things too. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it's been good.
so that's cool. So guys, like people listening, like you get things are here for you to see, right?
No,
like
come to Winnipeg.
you have to go out. No, I didn't say come to Winnipeg.
Holy.
I did not say that, but I mean, if you're in Winnipeg already, if you're fortunate enough to be in Winnipeg already, like don't just sit at home, right? Go out, meet new people,
Because we actually got a lot of talent here. Like
We
people
have-
shit on our city, but oh my goodness, yo,
Bro,
like, we're actually moving on up a little
It's
bit.
sad because it's us, like people in Winnipeg that are shitting on Winnipeg. So
It's us, yeah.
so how do you
Exactly.
expect people in Toronto to look at you? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if we don't create the vibe, that's what we keep. That's the whole point of On the Block. So next question is actually how long have you been in Winnipeg?
I'm born here.
You were born and raised. Oh, so you were like
so you're whitewashed.
I see my
no.
God.
You said say what? Wait, am I allowed to say that word?
Say
What?
what?
Whitewash.
Whitewash?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Okay,
That's not bad. It's not
Because the
bad.
way
It's
you
not
guys are
bad.
looking at me like, oh, he's about to get cancelled.
no,
I mean,
we
maybe
can-
if you got some white folks watching this.
No,
maybe
I
they'll
don't think
feel
I don't
away.
think it's a bad thing. Don't worry. If it's
Okay.
a bad thing, Studio 9 got us.
Easily.
So yeah, so born and raised, like a lot of us, I think all of us in this room,
Nobody
we-
was born here.
we all came as like international students and stuff. So like
All
how
local boys.
how did Winnipeg? This is like a very broad question, but like how is it Winnipeg? How would you say Winnipeg influenced your career? Like some people, a lot of us in our like international student community was like, oh, we would have it better if we're in another city, right? So we want to just hear from your own experience. Like, okay, like even though you're in Winnipeg, like did Winnipeg kind of stop you? Did it make it tougher for you? Is it making it harder for you, or is it like a blessing? Like I just wanted to know your own.
That's a very good question because you know how we were multicultural or diverse. Like we've been in Nigeria.
J-Boy with the big words today. I like that.
So it's like you learn Nigerian ways, you learn Winnipeg ways, but she has just been here like the whole time. So I actually want to
Yeah, just hear from.
exactly like how that feels because you know with us, right, whenever we're talking about Winnipeg and Nigeria, it's more like comparison. But then for you, like you've been here the whole time, so
Yeah.
like you do you have access to what it's like in other places, that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. So like,
No, yeah.
Yeah, we know we threw a lot at you.
I'm like thinking, cause like, yeah, I have been here like my whole life. I wouldn't say that like it influenced me. I don't know, cause I also like have been to other places like Toronto.
Yeah.
I've been to Vancouver. Like I've never been outside of Canada, but like within those places, like in Canada, like going to Toronto, I can say honestly, like that influenced me more
Oh yeah.
than here.
Okay.
Like,
In what
and
way?
cause like in terms of like worth ethic,
Oh, okay.
when I went there, I went there after I just released Flawless, and I was
Okay.
there to like just link up with some people, like
How long?
to network and stuff. It was for a week.
Okay.
And so even in just that week, like just seeing the people around, like everyone that I was meeting, everyone was just like, yeah, so what do you do? That was the first thing everyone asked. What do you do? Oh yeah, I'm a model. Or like, oh, I own this, I own that. Da, da, da. I'm just like, oh,
yeah?
well, I just only have a
I have
first
to
single
sit
out. Like, shit. Yeah, I'm in school. Like, it's just like, you know. But no, it was really like, it kind of like motivated me
Yeah.
to come back and go even harder, because I was like, shit, like they're really doing it out here. Like,
Exactly.
you know, like,
Yeah.
so when I got
think
back,
you're doing so much when you're here until you go there and see people doing all that.
exactly. And so like even the songs that I did have when I was like before I left, like I was like, this ain't like,
Yeah,
I was like,
yourself,
I was
huh?
like, that's when I came back and I wrote like Peace of Mind and Say It, and then other songs from there. And then I started like just getting better with my writing and just trying to like do other things. So I feel like, yeah, definitely worth ethic from being in Toronto helped for sure.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, being in a bigger city like New York or San Francisco, like those big guys, you're gonna see people who are working every single day, every single second. So that's obvious. Like no one is gonna give Winnipeg that, but like the energy in Winnipeg is sometimes it feels very low, right? It feels like there's
Just
not
want
much to draw
party.
inspiration from.
No,
and
but
things like that.
even with some people that I have, like Miazwe too, like he was someone that like I look up. He's someone that I still look up to, like in terms of music, like because he's a hard worker.
Yeah,
like he can
seems like
write,
that kind of person.
Yeah, like he can write so quick, like he can write so fast, and like his songs are good. Like he just like so I'm just like. And he's always talking about that. Like he's always just like, yeah, you just got to work for what you want type thing.
Exactly.
And like, yeah. So he's also someone I look up to, and he kind of like influenced me a little bit too.
What's your creative process? How do you write songs? When do you decide to record? Like just
it kind of happens randomly for me. I would say like, I don't like to write songs if I feel like I have to force it out of myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it just kind of, and that's like where you don't get the best product.
Mm-hmm.
So like I always just like whenever there is like a day where like I have some free time, and then I'm just like, hey, let me run through some beats. I'll be in my room, on my bed, on my laptop, running through beats, and then I just come across a beat. If I like it, I'm like, yo, okay, let's write.
Oh yeah.
And then
I
it just
have a
gets like
question
that.
for you, because you said you don't force it, right? So it means you go when you have that motivation. But then it's like you could go a week and you have zero motivation. Because with me, my YouTube, right, there's some times where I don't feel like editing, I don't feel like doing nothing. But then I know if I want to get to where I want to be, I have to do it. Even on days where I don't feel like I want to work. So like, have you ever forced yourself? Like, exactly. So do you think forcing yourself sometimes is good, or is like, because then it contradicts me, like, oh, I don't want to do this, but I have to do this. But if I do it when I don't feel like, the results won't be good. Like, how do you deal with that kind of situation?
It's happened, like it does happen like both ways, where it's just like, if I do force myself, it's either I start to write a song and it's like, okay, I'm getting something, but I'm not getting it fully because I'm like not very
I get you. So you're getting like just the formula or like the blueprint. Okay,
exactly.
okay.
And then I'll come back to it like another day.
Yeah,
but I definitely do have a lot of those like days, because I know that like, bro, you can't just be like lazy and just be like, because honestly, like if you think about it, even when you get on a label, the label's not going to be waiting around to be like, okay, write a song. Like
it's even worse because there's more like school, like they give you deadlines.
Exactly, like they want a song like all the time. You got to be ready for it. So I've been like trying to like practice that with myself too and get better at that.
Yes.
But
there was something I saw today. They said everything that's happening to you right now is preparing you for what's is yet to come. So you know, all of this is probably preparing for when you're at the bigger stage and all that. So
I would like to see Trish Khay on the biggest stage. I'd like to be in the front row seat. Trish Khay, you remember me? I'm from OTP.
In the front row, I'll be backstage. Like there's
levels to this game. Levels to this thing. Okay.
VIP.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I see you're making moves for VVIP right now. Okay.
Now, speaking about fans, I have another question. Have you ever had an encounter, like a fan encounter? Oh, you're Trish Khay. Oh, I know you. I listen to your music.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I know that tea.
Spill the tea.
No, it's just kind of like, it's like I still, in a way, like it's weird because I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm a celebrity.
But you are though. Like let's call it speed.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Like,
it's not the level yet.
I'm known for like people know me, but like I'm not there
mainstream
yet. Right. So like. But it's honestly like super cool when people do come and they're like, oh my gosh, like I heard your music, like this is that. Like I had this one girl, I was at a party, like it was at this house party, and me and my friends, we were going to the washroom, and then the girl came out, random girl, I'd never seen her before. She came out and then she's just like, oh my gosh, like you sang Flawless. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, I did.
I did it.
Yeah. Like I was like, holy shit.
Y'all see me? I'm gonna take out a balloon.
But yeah, that was like the first time that I was like, wow, like I'm like people actually know me or are seeing me out here, you know.
And that helps with your ego, like you know, okay, I'm doing something right. Because at the end of the day, we're all doing this. I don't know about you, but I'm doing this to influence other people. Because I remember watching YouTube videos when I was young, and I was like, bro, oh look at this guy, he's so amazing. I used to look at them like superheroes. So you know, it shows you that you're on the right path. Although maybe you're not saying 5 people coming to you like, oh, I want to see the picture, I want a picture. But at least even if it's one person, like, you know,
it's something.
Yeah.
It's better than bums like me that nobody.
No, and I'm honestly like blessed to have people that support me like crazy like that because it's like.
Keep going, keep pushing.
It does.
Keep pushing. I still have a couple more questions for you.
A whole lot.
This is when I'm gonna know if I'm gonna like you or not.
Oh, Lord.
Do you listen to Nigerian music?
Yes.
Dum.
Yes,
She
that
has
yes
to,
was
man.
not
She has
sure.
Yes.
Do you know Davido, Wizkid, or Burna Boy?
Yes. Burna Boy is my favorite.
I'll give you that. Listen, man. I'll give you that. That's a very good answer. I'll give you that.
I love Burna Boy.
Burna Boy is the
Sing one
favorite.
Burna Boy song for us.
Anybody?
Hey,
They don't like us, so
A free show. We got a free show live with no TV.
live in performance.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say some dumb shit like Wizkid or something like that. I was like, no.
Come on.
I thought you were gonna say some.
Come on.
Dumb shit.
Yeah,
Do you know
I'm not trying to
Wizkid?
start a fight. I'm not trying to start a fight.
No, thank you. Please rank them.
We're okay. Rank them.
in order.
Okay,
1,
this
2,
is
3.
Bruh.
okay. Burna Boy number 1. Don't worry. We'll
Okay,
take
yeah.
that.
Burna Boy number 1.
Just say it, please.
I would put Wizkid
Yes!
number 2
Oh,
and then DeVito.
come on.
Honestly,
Oh my
DeVito,
God.
I don't really listen to him too much. Like a lot of his
God.
songs.
Oh my God. Thank you.
No way.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I don't know.
Bro, she knows. She knows.
Because I like Wizkid's like when he has that kind of like it's like that like reggae sound that he does. Like he's really good at that.
Oh my God, man. You made
I
my
like
day.
that.
You made my day.
Did I insult you?
Nah.
Oh God.
They always-
He's so
they
hurt.
always
I'm
love
hurt.
Wizkid.
I can't even hide it.
love Wizkid.
All right.
I'm on my wall
Yeah,
at home.
Wizkid is
And
dope.
He's always laughing at me about it.
Bro, Wizkid is number 3 out of 3.
Oh.
So you would say DeVito 1.
Yes, Davido first,
That's
then
such a
Burna
bad
Boy, then
list.
Wizkid.
Such a
Wow.
bad list.
Okay.
His list is basically.
I think
the
you
best
guys
of
are
the
just
list.
because you're sitting on the chair, you're just ganging up against me. But I won't say much. I won't say much because there's no more time. If you could start it all over, like now at this point in your career, you're like, God just comes and like, you can start all over, pick a different city. You don't like what are you gonna do? What would you change?
If I had to start everything over?
Yeah,
Sorry. Does she have the same knowledge that she has now, or
yeah. No, when you start over, you're gonna lose all the knowledge, all the friends, all the memories, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Man, this is gonna sound so cliche. Like, but I wouldn't.
Oh, so cute.
But okay, I'll say like 2 answers for this. Okay, to be honest,
Go
She wants to be
like
on the
okay,
fence.
one answer.
Okay.
I wouldn't restart because I feel like everything I've learned right now and everything that has happened right now has made me
Yes.
Yeah.
me who I am today.
Free show. We got free shows.
I was begging her to sing for me before we started recording. As soon as she saw the cameras rolling, she's like,
damn,
"Oh, let
I
me
mean-
roll my voice for them."
But like a second, if I like, I don't know, maybe like if I had to restart, I'd probably move down to the States and try to push my music out
from
there,
there.
which is what eventually I will do. But like, I just want to get myself more situated.
Why the States though?
Come
Why
on.
the
The
States?
States is the States.
'Cause
Come
that's
on, dog.
where-
That's where
yeah,
I'm
it
from.
takes off.
I thought you were going to say, because of the R&B.
So give us something random to end the episode with. Like any random thing. Just something.
It could be a thought. It could be anything.
Like,
fact.
let me just give you an example. Everyone, Jeffrey's random thing was that what's this called? Your arm. The same size. That's his random thing.
And same for you as well.
Same for every human being. So what's your
Really?
random
This
thing?
is your mental reflection.
That's so long.
That's all I'm saying.
What the
That
heck?
makes no sense.
That's weird. That's
So
crazy.
give us
Yeah,
something
so
random
something
to
like
end the
that.
episode. It
Um,
could be motivational, anything. Like
You can tell them how Sierra Leone language is so similar to Pidgin.
no, you no.
Let
no,
me
no.
actually say this.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
No,
Sierra Leoneans have the best jollof rice, period.
Alright, cut the recording.
Wildest behavior. I just want a good time, no questions. Just wanna roll with emotion. Just for tonight, free up your mind. We just want love and attention. I just want a good time, no questions. Just wanna roll.